consistency at the World Championships. Randy Roadhouse Spicer, Cesamora, Aaron Feinberg, and Matt Salerno, all of the sport's biggest superstars have done it. They have won the title here at the World Championships. This is what it all comes down to.
What a long road it is. 8 months, 11 cities, 22 competitions all leading up to the big show. It takes discipline, consistency, and a little bit of something new each week in order to make it on top. The list of players, of course, the number one, Cesamora on vert, and his rival, Shane Yost.
He's also going to see some stiff competition from the Japanese brothers Eito and his younger brother Takeshi Yasutoko.
And on street, Aaron Feinberg has dominated the last 2 years, but the 99 Rookie of the Year, Jaron Grobe, has been coming on strong.
And so has the international field. Sven Bokers from Holland, Santiago Asperua from Venezuela. We could have a new number one in 2000, and it all takes place on the road to the World Championships.
Wow, the World Championships. It's the comp. It's the comp of the year. It's what everyone works to.
It's the climax, the highlight of our own personal pro tour. People travel all over the world the entire year, trying to place as high as they can, win as many competitions as they can, so they can come to the World Championships and be crowned the world champion for that year.
Lake Havasu, what better place to start the year than spring break in Arizona?
The land where spring break never ends. We start out with our number one coming into the 2000 season, Cesamora.
He took some time off from vert skating in the off-season. The Australian summer was spent playing soccer, but he still qualified in third.
Well, now in contrast, take a look at Takeshi Yasutoko and his older brother Eito taking second and first place respectively. They didn't take any time off, came out with a whole new bag of tricks, and set the tone for this season.
Eito definitely with the best line of the day to qualify on top.
The Fabiola rule took effect this season. No longer do the women have a separate contest. They skate against the guys, and if they place well enough to make it into the finals, they'll take that place and prize money away from the guys.
Moving on to Louisville, Kentucky for the second multi-sport stop of the year. Fabiola da Silva again hit the ramp running. 7th place in Havasu. She moved all the way up to 4th, and that's against the men here in Louisville.
Mark Engelhart, one of the young American hopefuls, coming up, had a great performance in Louisville, taking a podium spot, not something that we see often, an American up there on the podium.
This event would prove to be very good for the Americans. While number one ranked Cesamora was shooting for gold, he was short behind Mike Budnick.
Mike Budnick, the powerhouse from California. I totally respect anyone that can go out and ride vert and then ride street. He always makes top 10 in both. And I don't know, I just think he loves to skate.
Mike Budnick came out very consistent in Louisville, and it paid off with his second gold in his career on vert. Cesamora had a great opportunity here to take home a gold early in the season. It wasn't to be, but he still sits on top of the rankings. The rankings are getting closer, though. Takeshi Yasutoko inches his way up toward number one. Back in Lake Havasu, on the street course, Pat Lennon, he had been coming strong late in the 99 season, had some very creative lines here.
Made it in the top 10, finished in 10th place, but showed off some great stunts. Sean Robertson, a familiar name from last year, finished the tour, ranked 2nd overall. Came out with a vengeance this year in those signature red skates and red t-shirt, Medspin 540 over the box. We saw some new names as well. Brian Shima from Redwood City, California, would have a strong start to the season in 2000. Showing some innovative street-style tricks, and Jeremy Pennicchini, last year's most improved skater. And there's a brand new trick for this season, the fakie backflip and 720 over the spine. My goodness.
Aaron Feinberg, who finished the year off with a huge bang, one run to win the World Championships, came out here and repeated again with another win. Louisville, Kentucky, stop number 2. Eric Shrine, the veteran, came out skating very well, staying pretty much in control, some new tricks.
Jason Stensman, one of many new young rookies on the tour this season, he made his way into his first finals. Jason Stensman is an exciting young skater, showing off some of those new moves. And Santiago Asperua, who has yet to win a Pro Tour contest, is poised to have a great season, bringing out some brand new tricks. And Sean Robertson, the longtime veteran, still trying to stay up there in the rankings. Last year's #2 finisher, trying to work his way up to #1, having a great season so far with big airs over the box.
And a big surprise, Dominic Sagona, another rookie at only 16 years old, making his way into the top 5 in his first ever pro comp. Pat Lennon's trademark is creative lines, crossing the course differently than anybody else. He also took some stunts to the course, just like Jaron Grove does.
Jaron Grove, he's got no brains, man. He's just like the ballsiest skater, like probably more ballsier than Aaron. He don't know when to stop, he don't know the limits. He just always full on balls out. Every single trick he does, it just balls out.
He's amazing to watch. He goes bigger than anyone, he spins longer than anyone, and he does everything like twice as big.
Jaron takes gold in Louisville. That moves him into 3rd place overall in the overall rankings. He was last year's Rookie of the Year. Could he be the next world champion?
I like to push stuff, but I want to go big, you know, progress the sport, you know, any way I can. Just going big's fun, so. And all the technical stuff is fun, too. I like to do all that stuff.
Aaron Feinberg still sits on top, but the monster's heading his way. Jaron Grove climbing the ranks in 3rd. When we come back, we're heading off to Rome, Italy, where all of the top European vert and street skaters hit the tour.
The ASA Pro Tour is brought to you by L2 Jeans, altitude tested by Team L2, by Sega, taking gamers where gaming is going, and by Naya, pure spring water, hungry for life, thirsty for Naya.
As the road to the World Championships continues, it's Rome, Italy. Javier Buhanda, the first of many top European vert skaters.
The Europeans stayed away from the first 2 contests in the States, so we brought the tour to them, and they came out in force. Sven Bokers from Holland, a street phenom, but also skates on the vert ramp and does quite well. Abstract 720, usually a pretty consistent top 10 finisher. And Benny Huber, a rookie on the tour from Europe, qualified last year at the European Amateurs. Came out and had a solid performance.
Yeah, taking some technicality to the coping. Also, another rookie, Tobias Bucher, who took 2nd at the European Amateur Championships, came out skating very big with his trademark tricks, including his flat spin.
Tobias took 2nd place to this guy, Nel Martin, last year's amateur champion. Both these guys candidates for Rookie of the Year, and they're chasing veteran Ty Chris.
Taig is definitely an amazing skater. I've always looked up to him from when I first started skating and watching the videos and stuff. He always stood out from the rest.
If he has a trick, what he wants to do, it doesn't matter almost which trick it is, he can do it.
He's trying to do new tricks, you know, to bring out new tricks.
He's one really good friend of mine.
He's also a good friend of me.
He's my big brother, you know.
Bonjour, mon nom c'est Tai Chris. My name is Tai Chris, cano acrobatico patinha stirampa. Je suis né en Algérie et j'ai vécu après presque toute ma vie à Paris. And now I am living in Greece in this small town where we are here. Που είμαστε τώρα στα Ήλια, είναι κοντά από Evippso. So yeah, why I choose, this village is because The place is incredible, you know, and it's really relaxing. If I am in Paris, I'm always running. I don't have a normal life, you know, it's a little bit crazy, 1,000 things to do. You know, always on the phone. Hello? Ne veginete. Hello? When I am in Greece, it's so cool because you have a little bit like a normal life. Wake up at 11, something like this. I go skating until the night, you know. Then, okay, in between I go a little bit to swim for sure, to relax. And in the night, mostly I am in front of my computer. This is my ramp, the big ramp in the middle of nowhere. But it was really difficult to put it here because first I didn't know how to put a ramp, you know, how it was working, the system, you know, it was totally new for me. And the level is really a nightmare. The ground is really not perfect. Some people of the village helped me, but I almost did everything alone, you know. So I spent 2 weeks the whole day, from 8 o'clock until the night, non-stop. But when it was finished, then it was really, really the paradise.
Tig throwing the huge gato spin there. He had been working in Greece in the entire off-season, getting ready for this season. The battle was on. Tig Chris versus Shane Yost going for gold. Two very different styles. Shane, the Tasmanian Devil with all those rotations, took gold in Rome.
The Americans, who were noticeably absent on the vert ramp in Rome, definitely made their presence felt out here on the street course. Luis Zamora from Escondido, California. The smooth street style and those innovative tricks landed him in 4th place. And Pat Lennon, who started out the season very strong, continues his tear here in Rome, bringing his signature blend of stunts and creativity to the street course. Big topside transfer, disaster.
Sven Bokerst really surprised everybody by coming out and skating so strongly. 2nd place, just like butter over the rails.
But it wouldn't be a European or an American who would take gold here in Rome. It was a South African, of all people, of all places. Cliff Viljoen out of South Africa picks up his first ASA victory. But the story wasn't that Cliff won the contest. It was that this man, Brian Shima, lost it. Brian came in ranked 1st out of the prelims, was skating better than everyone, but had a tough time in the finals. Had to settle for 5th place.
Get right here in St. Petersburg.
Coming up next, Inline Street.
Sam Fogarty, 1999's overall all-around best skater, came out skating very well, top 5 here on the street course.
Mike Budnick, who already picked up a gold earlier in the season on vert, also skating out here on the street course, always finishes in the top 10, brings some of that vert style to that huge vert wall. Finished in 4th place, just missing the podium spot.
And aggressive inline's winningest skater came out with a vengeance. Matt Salerno, 2nd place on the street.
So the Australians finally making their presence felt on the street course. And how about this European, Sven Bokerst, picking up his first victory here at this X-Trials event, showing off that technicality, the consistency. It's a tough combination to beat. Sven is emerging as a real force on the Pro Tour. He won Gravity Games last year, and now he's picking up his winning ways again on the ASA Pro Tour.
Just behind the street course, it's the vert ramp. Many of those Europeans who made their mark over in Rome were here. Javier Buhanda, no exception, in 4th place.
And the Yasutoko brothers, who were absent in Rome, are back in the mix. Takeshi Yasutoko, those 900 variations back to back. Shane Yost says, hey, I can spin too. He's the only one on tour who can do the forward 1260. We have yet to see it here in the season. Forward 900s, though, to match Takeshi, and Eito Yasutoko, seemingly untouchable so far on the tour. Every event he comes out to, he wins. Front row seat here for young Takeshi Yasutoko as he watches his brother flat spin 720. Eito takes gold in St. Petersburg.
And Eito Yasutoko moves into the #1 spot in the rankings on vert. Sven Bokerst getting close behind Aaron Feinberg. When we come back, Cesar Mora's desperately trying to get back in the #1 spot. The ASA Pro Tour moves on to Ontario Mills, California. And on the vert ramp, Sven Bokerst trying hard not to let the 106-degree heat get to him.
Fifth place finish, not bad for Sven Bokerst. In fact, it's very good. He is a street skater, first and foremost. Shane Yost, however, is a vert skater through and through. He picked up his first tour victory in Rome at the last stop, but he missed a medal here.
Young Takeshi Yasutoko came out with some new tricks. There's the Viking flip. Great variations. And with another top 3 finish, things are getting very close at the top of the rankings.
I'm home about 6-7 months of the year, and I try to spend as much time, with my girlfriend as I can. I like driving my car. It's just fun for me. I don't know. I like cars. I always like cars, and now I can afford to have the car that I really like, and it's just a lot of fun driving around.
You may not understand, but
Pretty much achieved everything a vert skater can achieve in my career, like as far as winning whatever, and what I've always tried to do is take vert skating to where I think it should be. Big spins, big airs, long grinds, mixing it all up. You don't see it very often.
DJing.
When I'm finished skating, I want people to talk about me as like I was an innovator, I was unique, I was different, I always tried my own thing.
Quit. We on that hip-hop tip.
Cesar took his unique brand of big skating on the vert ramp out here in Ontario. Nice, Liu Kang 720. Still absent the gold medal. He hasn't nailed one all season, and he won't here either. Why? Because of Eito Yasutoko and a brand new trick.
That's right, Eito Yasutoko unveiled his 1080 flat spin. Cesar Moore, the first one ever to land a 1080 in a contest. Eito Yasutoko raises the stakes and grabs gold.
Takeshi loves it, and Takeshi now sits in second in the rankings. The Yasutoko brothers becoming unstoppable on the vert ramp. Aaron Feinberg over on the street course, rehydrating before his first run, had a tough break. Bang, hitting his knee. Then trying again and hitting his other leg. Aaron Feinberg having a bit of trouble with the injury.
But with Aaron Feinberg out of the way, it leaves the door wide open for some new up-and-comers. Jaron Grove, last year's Rookie of the Year, has been on a tear this season.
Good enough for 5th place so far. Sam Fogarty really stepping it up. He was trying super huge stunts, going for the big 720 spin, sometimes even going for the 900. Going down, but still good enough for 4th place.
A lot of guys actually getting into the spirit of stunts out here at Ontario Mills. Bruno Lowe with the stale grab backflip. That was something new for him. And this was one of the best tricks of the contest, that wall ride to 180 into the transition. Very tough trick.
Jeremy Pennicini, who'd already gotten 2 second places this season, ended out with a 3rd. The big fakie backflip.
Yeah, in the beginning when I came here, I thought really that I could not find a good line on the street course because it was hard to skate it. And but then, yeah, when I skated like 1 hour, 1.5 hour on the course, I found a line and I mixed it up, and at the end it looked good. So, and now I'm number 1, but yeah, it's still a lot of competitions to go, so you never know how it will end at the end of the year. So
we're gonna take a break here.
That's right, Sven Bokerst now sits in the number 1 spot. His consistency paying off. Jaron Grove sits in 3rd behind Feinberg. When we come back, it's beautiful Hermosa Beach, California. Fun sun, the Yasutokos skying, and Louis Zamora on street. Back to Hermosa Beach and the road to the World Championships.
There's a lot of people there. It should be a good weekend.
A lot of bikinis. It's like one of the better spots on the tour so far.
It's like one of the best events of the year, I think.
The Europeans stayed away from the first 2 contests in the States. The Japanese brothers didn't go to Rome, but they're all here in Hermosa Beach. We have got the monsters of vert. Ty Chris came out and took 3rd place, representing for the European supercontinent.
3rd place was as good as you can do sometimes against the Yasutoko brothers. Young Takeshi going crazy, skating better than he ever has this season. Good enough for second place behind his big brother and hero, Eito Yasutoko, throwing the huge 1080 flat spin.
たけしはすごい僕にないスタイルを持ってて、違うスタイルを持ってて、強敵です。はい。で、弟やから負けれないっていうのもあります。まあ多分兄弟ですから、まあ違うスポーツをやってたとしても、まあ多分絶対にスポーツやってると思います。違うスポーツやってて、多分2人とも同じことをすると思うんで、まあやっぱり今と同じような。
I hope so. So Yastoko's name is Skate. Skate is Yastoko. Yastoko is Skate.
You got a problem with your life.
Southern California is ground zero for street skating. It's fitting that all the top street skaters came out for his Hermosa Beach event, including Brian Shima, who's been doing very well on the tour this year. He actually just narrowly missed a medal at this contest, taking 4th place, but his impact has been felt, bringing creativity and stunt style of skating to the street course. You'll notice a lot of skaters getting into that spirit.
Blake Dennis, Australia's biggest hope on the street. He's taken a lot of second places throughout his career. Came up very innovative there, the nice fakie 180 up and over the sub box.
So Luis Zamora takes 3rd place here at Hermosa Beach. Looks like it was worth the drive up from San Diego, California. Luis Zamora has been heralded as one of the top street skaters in the world, voted by Crazy Roller magazine, voted by all his peers as the best street skater in the world. Let's find out why.
Evil Supreme, Michael Myers. Yo, we the livest out here. Word is born. They suck, yo. Straight up and down. Straight up and down, they suck, yo. Why? Yo. I'm 2 seconds from saying rap.
Rollerblading is just a complete reflection on yourself. To me, it is. I put on rollerblades and I skate around, and it's me.
Break you off something lovely, even real bloody. Like you stole something. Check it out, I got heat and I'm nice. My hands for what you saying. I ain't playing. Step aside, why you ride? You ain't nothing can't be resolved with an alibi.
With Second Regime, me, Josh, Randy all have the same vision. That's why I like our thing right there. We all want to make it so that we make good product and people buy it because of the fact that it's good product. I want rollerbladers to look good with the stuff that we make. So Sven, you've won every single contest for the past 3 stops. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, really good. I mean, I didn't thought that I would win here, but everything is going really good. Every trick what I try, I landed. So
you're damn right, man. Every single trick you did try, you hooked on and you did it. So congratulations, man. That was awesome.
Sven Bokers just continually gets better and better, more consistent. He now sits even further up ahead in number 1.
I think Matt Salerno is coming back a little bit to the form he used to be in. He's been a late, skating pretty low, bit scared of heights. Doesn't air above my waist. I got a pretty small waist, so. But we'll see if when we come back, we'll see the Matt Salerno evolve.
That Matt Salerno, John Julio, and Fabiola hit Nashville when we come back. As the ASA Pro Tour moves on in the road to the World Championships to Nashville, Tennessee, things start really heating up. We're more than halfway done with the tour, and Santiago Asperua out of Venezuela came on strong.
That's right, going into the finals, it's important not just to qualify, but if these guys want to be tour champion, they've got to start racking up the points, and the only way to do that is to win contests. Santiago moving up in the rankings, and Aaron Feinberg, after one victory, the first one of the season, trying to regain that form, trying to overcome injuries. And in the meantime, Jaron Grove has been moving his way up steadily. Already picked up a victory, trying to earn another one here in Nashville.
Big stunts up over the box. If he were able to land that 900 right there, he might have been able to take home his 2nd victory of the year. But the ever-consistent, super technical, silent assassin, Sven Bokerst, does it again.
I've been skating for 5 years now, and 3 years of that competitions. What I love about rollerblades is just the freedom that nobody tells you what to do. You can skate whenever you want to, and the feeling to skate, to fly, and to grind on handrails, and to hang out with your friends also. It's really fun.
I know it's much too late to take you on a date.
Like Sven Bokerst, Mike Budnick is another skater who excels both in vert and street. Mike Budnick having another solid performance on the vert ramp, taking second place here to add to his gold that he picked up earlier in the season.
Matt Salerno, this is where he really found his rhythm. Nashville, Tennessee is where he decided that vert skating was going to become his mission for the rest of the season with a win.
And how about Fabiola da Silva continuing her quest to medal against the men? She's already got Gravity Gold, X Games Gold, World Championships, every title to her credit. And now she takes a third place against the top men's field.
Fabiola is a really good girl. She has a really good heart. She's very generous. And right now she's skating better than ever.
Fabiola is the best female vert skater in the world. She's the best female skater in the world.
I'm just a regular person that likes to skate. The only thing I do is skate. I just love to watching people skate so I can learn new tricks. They inspire me when I watch people skate, no matter if it's a guy or girl. I live off skating, so I don't do anything besides skating, you know? It's my life right now. It's the only thing that I do. I think it's a little hard being a girl skater because it's just people sometimes is not very nice, you know. They don't respect that much girl. I think you shouldn't be judged as a bad person just because you don't skate good. Personally, I don't like judging anybody. I just like to skate with everyone, doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It's just, I think people should respect each other, you know.
Your number one choice for the verbal gifted would be the first ones you call if your part ain't lifted.
I think if a guy can do it, why not a girl? Just never say I can't or I'm a girl, okay? Because you can do it, I know you can do it, you know?
And do it she has. Fabiola da Silva, the #1 ranked skater both on street and vert. When we come back, it's Summerfest from Milwaukee. This is the road to the World Championships. The ASA Pro Tour moves on. Stop number 8 from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the ever-massive Summerfest. On the vert ramp, Shane Yost was trying something he's never done before. A sideways 1260, and he got the crowd into it.
Shane Yost has landed a forward 1260 before, but never this variation, trying kind of a flat spin variation on it. Only able to finish in 6th place, but really trying to push the boundaries of what's possible in rollerblading. Mike Budnick, in the meantime, continues to have a strong season. And Cesar Morris still looking for his first victory of the year on the Pro Tour. Everybody's chasing the Yasutoko brothers, seemingly unbeatable, unapproachable even. Matt Salerno, after that victory in Nashville, Tennessee, gets another podium position, but still no one is able to touch the Yasutokos. Takeshi even has me wondering what he has to do to overtake Eito Yasutoko, but another top finish for the Yasutoko, sweeping the field first and second. Eito Yasutoko, he has won every single contest he's entered this year. So the question remains as we work our way to the finals, can he be beaten?
Well, Aaron Feinberg has proven two things, that he can win contests and he can hurt himself. But here, He did a little bit of both. He started skating really, really well, but then, late in his round, he hurt himself again. Randy Marino, big surprise, came out super gutsy, had some great lines, some new tricks, and he hit the rail of death. Double variation, good enough for fifth.
Maybe even good enough for better, but Randy's a new face. Sometimes it takes the judges a while to get warmed up to it. Ryan Dawes, another great skater, showing off some big stunts. He was rewarded for it. Second place. And Jason Stinsman, one of the top-rated rookies so far in the season. A lot of finals appearances for Jason with big stunts like that one. 540 nose pick over the box.
Blake Dennis still without gold, but again in the top 5. Creative line, the nice 720 acid drop.
I think it sucks when people just like say they criticize someone for not skating real street or skating vert, not doing the cool tricks. I think it's cool when just people like do what they want. I don't think it matters if you're skating around the block or to the shop or a vert street, anything. I think it's all the same, and that's what I love doing, just rolling.
So Blake Dennis still waits for his first gold of the season, but Eric Shrine was the man of the day. He has been waiting a long time for his first ASA Pro Tour victory. A longtime veteran, competed in the very first Pro Tour in 1994, finally picks up gold in Milwaukee.
When we come back, we're going to get to know street legend John Julio and check in on how some of the women have done.
When it comes to choosing the right dealership, what do you look for?
A dealership with an honorable reputation, one that takes pride in their business.
But most of all, you're looking for a dealership with competitive prices. Then the choice is simple.
Cowan Olds Cadillac GMC, a family-owned and operated business selling and servicing cars for over 20 years.
Stop by Cowan and find what you're looking for. Located on Route 113 between Kimberton and Phoenixville, or visit us on the web at cowanolds.com. In today's home, a stove or a fireplace is not just a source of heat, but a design element that sets a tone or feel of a room. At Kring Stoves and Fireplaces, we'll show you some of the finest quality products on the market today, which meet and exceed the highest standards in workmanship, durability, and beauty. Our installation service will also provide years of safety and reliable performance. Come to Kring's and light up a few ideas, because our stoves are fueled only by your imagination.
At noon, can Ohio State's dynamic playmaker Steve Bellisari outmatch Michigan State's punishing ground game? At 7:30, tune in for college football's most exciting new rivalry, Bowden Bowl 2, a high-stakes family feud that's tearing apart the ACC.
Clemson versus Florida State. Tommy Bowden versus Papa Bowden. Who's going to get that spanking now?
It all starts with College Game Day at 11. Michigan State versus Ohio State at noon. Clemson versus Florida State at 7:30. Tomorrow on ESPN.
Well, this year, rollerblading is getting crazier and crazier.
People skating the way Jaron skates is what the sport should be doing right now. I mean, there's no reason why we can't be going faster, going higher, doing more spins than everybody. When you look at someone like Shane Yost throwing 1260s on a vert ramp, that's where our sport should be going.
Well, with people like Shane Yost, Jaron Grobe, and a host of others pushing the limits, we've taken all the best tricks throughout the entire year, lumped them together in one show, Wednesday, November 29th. Check out asskate.com for all the times for the best tricks and best wrecks.
John Julio, he's the man. Can do every trick with his style, you know. He probably made up the trick. And he's fun to skate with. He pushes you.
John Julio's the king. He's switch man, and everybody just looks John Julio.
You watch John Julio skate, you can tell. Like, if someone puts you a little description of John Julio and you go look at the course, you can tell exactly who he is, because he looks that different from everyone else.
Ladies
Ladies and gentlemen. Like this. That's right. Diverse plastic. Ill boogie. White kill got skills that might make you pop pills. When I bust, you cast up like a drop reel. The caution strangler is on the loose. Bang, bang, with the ricochet like a tooth. And see, they pull on my nerves like a loose tooth. I ain't got it all, y'all. I think one of them screws loose. Fools lose in the contest. If you wanna come test, then come fresh. I think you better confess, cause you ain't all that fresh. You was in front of your boys talking all that mess. Talking loud as hell, sticking out your bird chest. But without your peeps, you be quiet and nervous. What happened to that tough guy trash talk? Better keep your mouth shut or you be on the asphalt.
I think it's good that the girls have to skate with the guys. The level's going to step up. It's going to be good for our sport. It's going to be good for the women's sport because they have to step it up themselves.
Fabiola da Silva continues her reign. Number 1 on vert, number 1 on street.
Next stop, Woodward, PA, as the road to the World Championships continues.
In the middle of nowhere lies Nirvana, if you're a skater. And that's where the ASA Pro Tour went next. Matt Lindemuth loves it so much here at Woodward, he's taken up residency. His familiarity with these ramps got him 5th.
We've seen a strong rookie class coming from Europe this year. Benny Huber among them took 4th place at the Woodward contest with big airs and innovative lip tricks. Tobias Bucher, also part of this European rookie class, has really been showing off this year, turning a lot of heads with big flat spins. He actually invented those tricks. Learned him skating with Ty Chris, this guy, one of the veterans out of Europe.
Ty and Chris looking for a win. Unfortunately, 2nd place behind, yes, this guy, Shane Yost.
Out of skating, I love spending time with my girlfriend Letitia back in Australia. Try and fly her out as much as possible. I love to draw too. That's another one of my little passions, but skating kind of takes up a lot of time, so it's kind of hard to find time to draw. Computers too. I'm a bit of a computer nerd. I love playing my little games and getting on the internet. If I want to be remembered as something, is one of the guys that can do anything in the air. As soon as I learn a trick one way, I try and figure out how to do it back the other way. And I definitely, if I could remember it as something, is just having a huge arsenal of tricks.
Shane Yost has found the ingredients that equal success. Last year, as Rookie of the Year, he went without a victory. This year, it's coming easily for him. Again, another win.
Sticking with the Australian theme, but moving on to the street course, Sam Fogarty's going to start us out. Some big stunts that he's been working on all year, good enough for 5th place. And just missing a medal, Frankie Morales, in one of the few contests he showed up for, last year's American Amateur Champion, Frankie Morales, with a strong performance at Camp Woodward.
Jaron Grubb ripped the course apart. Going big, trying big stunts. He paid the price in run number 2, but still good enough to medal.
Blake Dennis, another Australian. Lots of Australians out here at Camp Woodward. Blake always finds great lines around the course, has great tricks, knows how to mix up that creative vision. with the real hardcore technicality, 720 over the box, true spin Elliot Mizu, but that wind still eludes him.
The man of the day, Santiago Asperua. He showed moments of brilliance earlier in the season, but with that torque grind, a couple strong variations, and finishing off with a 900, he gets his first Pro Tour win.
As the regular season draws to a close, Sven Bokerst, Aaron Feinberg, and Jaron Grobe continue to separate themselves from the rest of the field, and Santiago Asperua is peaking at just the right time.
When we come back, the final two stops, London and Toronto.
Pro Tour is brought to you by Slim Jim. When you need a little excitement, snap into a beefy, spicy Slim Jim. By Paul Mitchell, professional salon products. Got a problem? See your hairstylist. And for the latest on skating, check out asaskate.com. Feed your habit.
Things are starting to heat up as we've got only 2 stops left on the Pro Tour.
Welcome to our country, England.
Inside the UBI trade show, Nell Martine ripped it up on the vert ramp. A great time to start shining.
Nell Martine really starting to peak with those innovative lip tricks and the big spins, but Ty Chris continues to lead the European assault. Unfortunately, with the Yasutoko brothers not here, Ty and Cesar both missed a great opportunity to gain some ground and take a gold. Cesar Mora also had to settle for second place, which to most other skaters would be pretty good, except he is a former #1 trying to regain that spot, and it's tough to do it when you don't take advantage of these opportunities. But here is Shane Yost, possibly supplanting Cesar Mora as the new #1 threat from Australia.
Shane Yost, with so many different variations, takes gold for the 3rd time on vert this year. On street, wow, what a game we had going. Wilfred Rosignol setting the bar. Check this out, the huge spin 540 off the backside royale from the vert ramp to the street course, and let the games begin.
There was a best trick contest before this finals event, so all the skaters had a chance to work out some incredible lines. Nicky Adams, a former X Games gold medalist, showed up, got 5th place, cracked the top 5 with his signature big spins, a new 900 from Nicky Adams, and switching it up on the lip.
Anthony Mackie, hometown boy, showing everybody that England can represent. Going huge with the big 720, and look at this, 540, 360 back in.
Again, another trick he got to work out in the best trick contest. This was one of the best events of the year at just the right time. It's late in the season. All these guys have had all year to work out their tricks, build up that confidence and the stamina, and Jaron Grove with possibly the trick of the season out of the vert ramp over the railing into the street course. He actually did it better in the best trick contest, but pulling it out when it counted here in the finals. A great run from Jaron Grove.
Little bit of inconsistency put him in 2nd place. The rankings on the line between Sven and Aaron Feinberg.
Next we have a very, very big group by the name of, I like this. Hey yo, I like this.
Yo, what? Yo, hey yo, my quality control captivates your party patrol. Your mind, body, and soul for who the bell tolls. Let the rhythm explode. Big, bad, and bold, B-boys of old. Many styles we hold. Let the story be told. Whether platinum or gold, we use breath control. So let the beat unfold. Intro on drum roll. We be the lick like E-Tash and J-Roll. We harass like we was the po-po. We can rule the world without Curtis and still blow. Finesse from SP to Casio. Your chance made deaf, you ain't fresh, you so-so. If you don't know us by now, you never know.
When Aaron Feinberg's healthy, he is the best in the world. And guess what? Aaron Feinberg is finally healthy after being plagued by injuries. Sven Bokerst knew it, and he had a bit of inconsistency. Knocked himself out of medal contention, but Aaron Feinberg, no problem for him. He was definitely feeling it.
My knee has been hurt, for the last couple of months, just a reoccurring injury. It's been kind of frustrating every time I try to skate. Just hurt it again, but definitely happy to be back.
Aaron Feinberg, despite his win, drops to 3rd behind Jaron Grove and Sven Bokerst. The season's final stop, and Jaron Grove has the opportunity of a lifetime. Aaron Feinberg is here, but Sven Bokerst is not.
That means the door is wide open for Jaron Grove to move into the #1 spot and to have all that momentum as we go into the World Championships. But Aaron Feinberg knows that that opportunity is available as well. He's going to try and keep Jaron out of that #1 spot. There's another battle going on at the last stop as well. Battle for bragging rights to be recognized as the unofficial stunt king on tour. Aaron Feinberg has held that title unofficially for the past couple of seasons, but we may have seen a changing of the guard, Jaron Grove overtaking that spot. Everyone got into the spirit of it. Sam Fogarty starting out on that high point on the street course. Sam had a great run. A very inspired season for Sam Fogarty, finishing it off with a second place here at the last stop. And Santiago Asperua really is peaking at the absolute right time as the season winds down. Headed for the World Championships. 2 victories here late in the season, one at Woodward and another one in Toronto. Technicality, style, big tricks, Santiago putting it all together.
Santiago, with that win, moves from 18th to 9th. He's now in the top 10 in the rankings. #1 now, Jaron Grove. He's moved his way up, only a few points ahead of Sven Bokerst. On the vert ramp, Fabiola's been skating against the men all season long, and that not only has helped her out in the rankings and the scores against the women, but it's also helped her own natural ability, taking 8th again against the men.
So Matt Salerno can peak when he wants to. He won the Gravity Games. He won earlier in Nashville. Right now missing a medal in Toronto as we work our way down to the World Championships. But Eito Yasutoko has not missed a beat. Won just about every single contest he's entered this year. But he did not win the last contest of the season, which will make things interesting going into the championships. Takeshi Yasutoko finished with a bronze to match all those second-place finishes he collected throughout the season.
Shane Yost has become the wrench. Throw in the wrench, and what do you get? A whole mess. Shane Yost wins his 4th event of the year, and he's opened it wide open at the championships. Who's going to win? It's anybody's guess.
So the only sure thing is that there are no sure things. Eito Yasutoko finally is beaten, and we have a new #1 on street, Jaron Grove. So everything's up for grabs.
I think it'll be a good finals just because Sven and Aaron will be there, so is Jaron Grove. But when it comes down to it, Jaron and Aaron go really big. Sven is really technical, clean, stylish, sweet. It makes you look great. But when it comes to pleasing the crowd, giving the judges what they like, Aaron Feinberg.
Everybody's got their predictions. I predict it's going to be the best contest of the year. Be sure to tune in to the World Championships November 11th. And for all the details, check out asaskate.com. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.